Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday we brought you the chaos unfolding at Kgosi Mampuru, where Vusimuzi Cat Matlala is currently enjoying state-sponsored accommodation and being slow roasted by the Parliamentary ad hoc committee. It was a spectacle. MPs trying to grill him, Matlala serving answers like a man auditioning for Corruption's Got Talent, and the whole place running on pure confusion. But today, dear viewers, we raise the stakes. Today, we leave the prison drama behind and step into the weekly rundown of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, the parallel universe investigating the same SAPS madness. Only this time with fewer shouting matches, more paperwork, and the kind of calm judicial misery that lets you know the country is in trouble. South Africa once again gathered around the national bonfire this week, not to keep warm, but to watch yet another episode of the Madlanga Commission. A production so dramatic it deserves its own DSTV channel. The hearings continued their deep dive into criminality, political interference, police dysfunction, and all the ingredients that make SAPS the most unpredictable plotline on the continent. Monday opened with a familiar tune. No hearings, no statements, no progress. Just a silent reminder that before we fix the criminal justice system, we must first allow it to rest. Tuesday walked in like a guest star ready to steal the show. The day's business fixated on the now notorious relocation of 121 political murder dockets from KZN to SAPS head office in March. Officially, it was a routine audit, but South Africans know that that phrase means something unholy is happening behind the scenes. Then came the subplot involving sidelined Police Minister Centu, whose relationship with the businessman Brown Mokgotsi keeps returning like a plot twist no one asked for. A January 2025 letter linking the two men resurfaced online, spreading across social media faster than a rumor in a church WhatsApp group. And of course, Mokgotsi's legendary cross-examination from the previous week re-emerged, featuring his casual mentions of CIA agents, corrupt generals, and ministers swirling around the gravitational pull of Cat Matlala, creating a storyline so chaotic even the SABC doesn't know how to summarize it. Wednesday and Thursday carried the commission back into the haunted forest of KZN political killings, where political careers end faster than New Year's resolutions. The focus returned to the political killings task team, PKTT, or as South Africans now call it, the Please Kindly Try Tomorrow unit. Major General Mary Motsepe's earlier testimony made a comeback, reminding the nation how political murder dockets were handled with the enthusiasm of interns at a job they did not apply for. Meanwhile, social media couldn't resist roasting Parliament's ad hoc committee again, comparing it to a group project where every student is confused while the Madlanga Commission conducts itself like the one kid who actually read the assignment. But Friday delivered the plot twist the country didn't ask for, but absolutely deserved. In walked Lieutenant General Hilda Kgosi, acting Deputy National Commissioner for Detective and Forensic Services, looking like she had arrived to reorganize the entire country. With chilling calmness, she described the disbanding of the PKTT as a messy process, the kind of diplomatic phrasing typically reserved for describing toddlers or coalition governments.
Thank you.
The example that comes to mind is if the PKTT was at a political rally and they committed a massacre where tens or hundreds of people were killed, would it not be justifiable in such a case to say this unit can no longer exist, it should be disbanded immediately?
Maybe in my mind, Commissioners, I'm trying to separate the members from the functions, because there are functions that are not necessarily attached to the members, but to a structure. So for me, I would remove the members who are involved. Let me use organized crime as an example. If members of organized crime are perpetuating atrocities to communities, it is not organized crime investigations unit, it is the members. So you remove that rot, and again, it's a process, because you can't just, there will be disciplinary criminal investigations, but there should be sustainability of the team and probably changing the team and putting people who are actually committed and responsible to fulfill the mission of that particular structure. And I think I hear your argument, but for me, I'm trying to separate the people. It's like now in the police, we are in this position. So you can't say you remove everybody from the police. You know, I think we have an obligation to serve. So if you remove all of them, there's going to be a gap in service delivery. And again, I think, as you rightfully said, the cases will be adversely affected. So I'm not sure about the immediacy. Based on my experience, I've never had a situation where something had to be halted immediately. And I hear your argument, Commissioner. Thank you.
And then came the bombshell. KZN Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkwanazi was not formally informed of the disbandment. He found out via WhatsApp, proving once again that South Africa's law enforcement strategy is basically powered by forward messages and emojis. Some praise Centu's honesty, calling her a rock, while others, ever allergic to straightforwardness, accused her of factional gymnastics. Her testimony widened the lens, touching on the sprawling Big Five corruption ecosystem of taxi bosses, tender kings, hitmen, political sugar daddies, and everyone else auditioning for a place in South Africa's private sector of crime. All threads led back to Kgosi, to Matlala, to ministers, and to the general conclusion that the justice system is less a system and more a spider web dipped in chaos. Saturday brought no hearings, but social media doesn't care. X, formerly Twitter but still the same disaster, ran its own commission, demanding that Dr. Stefan, linked to the 2 billion Tembisa hospital scandal, be added to the witness list. After all, if we are exposing corruption, we might as well collect the whole set like Pokemon cards. Users also dragged Parliament again, noting that while the ad hoc committee treated Matlala like a long-lost cousin visiting for tea, the Madlanga Commission interrogates witnesses with the focus of a hungry lion watching a slow zebra. By week's end, the picture was painfully clear. Whether you are watching the ad hoc committee at Kgosi Mampuru or the Madlanga Commission in Pretoria, you are watching the same storyline told by different directors. An SAPS so dysfunctional it should come with a warning label. Dockets disappear, MEDA teams dissolve via WhatsApp, ministers mingle with businessmen who name-drop CIA agents. And everyone insists they are innocent, while the country burns through its popcorn supply. Tune in next week, because in South Africa, the truth doesn't arrive. It leaks, and when it leaks in HD.
Sisonke Africa, sisonke. Dotar mtwana mama, sisonke. We are one in